Thank you for listening to Discovering the Scriptures with Dr. Peter John Parisis. We're now facing Daniel chapter 2, verse 4. Reading first from the Interlinear Bible. Tell, live forever, king, in Arabic, to the king, the Chaldeans, and spoke, we will give and interpretation, thee, your servants, dream thee. Now let's look at this in the King James Bible and try to make heads or tails of what's going on. Quote, Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac, O king, live forever. Tell your servants the dream, and we will show the interpretation. Unquote. Now let's look at this as the Young's literal translation. Quote, And the Chaldeans spake to the king in Aramaic, O king, to the ages live, tell the dream to thy servants, and the interpretation we do show. Unquote. Now we want to take note, as we get ready to parse this verse out, that here is where Daniel starts to write in the Syriac language, the Aramaic. This is the language of the king in the courts, and it continues on through chapter 7, as is noted by John Gill and other commentaries. So let's go ahead and parse out and see what's going on. Remember, we just left the verse previous to it, where the king was very casually talking to the people who have gathered to help him interpret his dream. And that was in a paragraph all by itself. Now this verse stands by itself. It has nothing else in its paragraph but this. So we can go ahead and parse it out. Then spake. Parsing on that is a PL stem, which is usually expressed in intensive or intentional action, and it's imperfect, so it's not completed. Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Syriac. Let's take a look at this and see what's going on with this. Why is they speaking to the king in Syriac? Besides that, it's his natural language. And Daniel mentions it here, and he continues on in Syriac through chapter 7. But he does not mention that they're speaking to him in the Syriac or the Aramaic language, other than here. But as we see in the writing, continuing, O king, so that's the salutation. Live, let's parse that out. That's a PL stem, which expresses a form of base of the verb equivalent to the Hebrew quell stem. So it's casual, and it's imperative, which indicates an order or a command. So they're saying, O king, live, so it's a command. Forever. Tell, let's parse out that word tell. That is a PL stem again. So it's just casual. Imperative aspect. So it's just an order or command. Tell thy servants. Let's take a look at this word, thy servant. How are they meaning this? Does Daniel give us any other clue on this? This is a casual word that's used in the Hebrew language in the Old Testament many times. So it doesn't give us anything there. Let's go ahead and look how it's written. Okay, so far there's nothing to show us anything, even with tell thy servants. The dream, that's all normal. And we will show. So let's parse out the Hebrew word for that. It's a PL stem, so it's casual again. And it's imperfect, so it's not completed. The interpretation. So everything is pretty well straightforward with this. The only thing that we can note is that they're standing there, they're directing the king. So it went from a casual talking of the king to these guys to them ordering the king basically in what would be the process of tell us the dream and we'll give you the interpretation. The only thing that we want to note here, besides it went from casual to this normal formal action of these guys, is that Daniel has gone from the Hebrew language to the Syriac Aramaic language, the language of the courts. And he does so through chapter 7. Why? Well, the only way we're going to find out is staying in tune and going through verse by verse to find out what's Daniel up to. But we do need to make this note of it, that we've gone from Hebrew, casual, now to these wise men, quote unquote, in the Syriac Aramaic language, formal, and then ordering the king in the process, tell us your dream, and we'll give you the interpretation. Daniel is not there. He's on the sidelines, if anywhere, probably not there being told what's going on, because he's in that 3-year process, and this is in the 2nd year of his ministry, more than likely, from what we can paste together. So he's not there yet. He's not been examined by the king. So he's finding out about these things because he hasn't been determined as a wise man yet. He's being prepared to stand before the king and be determined if he's a wise man. So this will give us more as we go along in looking at the scriptures and seeing what's happening. Does this change of language have much to do? If so, why? It's intentional. The writer himself has gone from Hebrew to the Chaldean language, Aramaic, Syriac Aramaic. He's gone to this language now through chapter 7. So why Hebrew to this now? Well, let's find out. When God richly bless you as you go about your way studying Scripture, remember to like and subscribe below if you want to find out more of what is going to be coming up. The little bell will give you a fast notification that there has been a new upload. And please make comments of any insights that you get and how this is helping you. I would really like to know from the listeners how you're using this. I know some people are using this in their homeschooling, but I'd like to know how are you using this. Is it a personal devotional thing? Is there anything that you would like to know more of? Things you'd like to hear more of? As long as they're discovering the scriptures, I am more than happy to help. God bless you.